Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to learn about constants in a database. Okay, first we will learn what is a constant, then why it is used and what are the types. Then we will create a table applying those constants. Okay, so let's start. What is the definition? Constant is nothing but set of rules that must be met while inserting a value inside the database, updating a value in the database, and deleting any value from the database. So these rules must be met while working with the database. That is known as constant. But why? Think that in your age column I am putting some values 150, 170, 190. Do you think that it is valid? No. So there is data inconsistency. In the roll number column I am putting null value. Do you think it is possible? No. I am putting duplicates. Do you think it is possible? Same roll number, to student? No, that is also not possible. Let's say in employee ID column, I am putting null values. Do you think that it is possible? No. So this kind of data inconsistency can be avoided by putting some constants while doing these things in a database. Clear? Now what are the types? First is not null. Let me give you an example. Take this one, roll number. Can it be a null value? No. Employee ID. Can it be a null value? No. So in this scenario, you can apply this not null constant. It means that the rows can never be null. So you insert them as null. No, it is not possible. You are updating them as null. Not possible. You are deleting that particular column. You are deleting only the roll number from that particular row. That is also not possible. Okay. So you understand what is the purpose of constant. Now the next one is unique. Tell me, can roll number be duplicates? No. Can employee ID be duplicates? No. So in this scenario, you can write that these rows can never be duplicates. If I add email ID, do you think an email ID be duplicates? No. So you can say email ID cannot be duplicate. So you can put this unique constant to these particular columns. Okay, right. So this means these columns can never have duplicates. So you cannot insert them duplicates, you cannot delete, you cannot update. You just have to keep it in mind that these things can never be duplicates. Okay, you cannot make any duplicate entry. The third one is primary key. You know what is a primary key? Primary key means by which you can uniquely identify any particular row, right? So it can never be null, it can never be unique. So employee ID, roll number, these things can be a primary key because it cannot be null, it cannot have duplicates, and by using employee ID you can uniquely identify any employee. If I tell any employee ID, there will be only one employee for that, right? So this is a primary key. So you can put primary key constant on a particular column. Next, we have foreign key. What is a foreign key? Foreign key means a non-key of any column but primary key of another column. Let's say we have two tables, employee table, department table. So in department table you have department ID, department name. So department ID is the primary key. You can easily say by using department ID you can uniquely identify any department, right? But in employee table you have ID, name, age, department ID. So here department ID is a non-key. It is not any key. Okay. So non-key of employee table but a primary key of another table. Whenever you are making any connection between them, you can use this particular common column. So it is a primary key of department table but a non-key of employee table. So we can say department ID can be a foreign key of employee table. Right? So this also can be a constant. So you can put that department ID is a foreign key. Okay. This also can be a constant. Now the next constant is check. If, I'm so sorry, let me delete this, write it again. Next constant is check. Let's say in your age column, in this age column, I put a value called 190. Is it possible? No. So you can give a check that please ensure that age is greater than 25, less than 75. Or let's say there is a column called salary. You put salary greater than 10,000. Whatever constant you want to provide, you can apply using check column. Clear? Next is default. If you forget to make an entry, you can set this default. So if you just miss it by any chance, there will be a default entry. Okay, so these are the constant you can apply. First one is not null, unique. Not null can never be null, unique can never have duplicates. Primary key, uniquely identify any particular row. Foreign key, non-key of any table but primary key of another table. Check for applying any check, and default for if you provide nothing. Okay, now I will give you two tables and I will ask you that what are the constants you will apply when creating those tables. Same table or favorite employee and department table. So department ID, department name, this we have ID, email, name, salary, department ID. Okay, now tell me, for the ID column, what are the constants you can apply? Our first constant is not null. So can we apply not null here? Obviously ID can never be null, so we can apply not null. Second, unique. Can it be unique? Obviously employee ID will be unique. People cannot share same employee ID, right? Primary key, can it be a primary key? Yes, it is a very good candidate for becoming a primary key. But once you make it a primary key, do you need to apply this constant? No, not exactly, because primary key itself says that it must be unique and it must not be null. So you can simply delete and you can apply primary key constant. Clear? So this is the way you will declare any constant. Foreign key? No, it is not a foreign key. Check, if you want, you can apply some check like it must be of 6 digits or something. Or default, if you want, you can provide default also. One more thing you can do, that is auto increment. If you provide auto increment, then it will be automatically incremental. So one, first one will be 2, second one will be 3. Okay, that thing you can do. Let me clear it. Okay, clear. Now tell me about email ID. Can it be not null? Let's say some employees may not have email ID. So I am not putting that constant. Unique? Yes, obviously. Email ID will be always unique. So you can put unique. Primary key? No. Foreign key? No. Check? You can provide some check like employee ID must be @gmail.com. Okay, you want only the Gmail ID. So you can put that check. Default? If you want, you can give, but I will suggest no. Why should you give any default? Name. Tell me, can it be null? No, so you will put not null. Can it be unique? Never. Any two people can have the same name, so it will never be unique. Primary key? No. Foreign key? No. Check. If you want, you can put some check. Or default? No. Salary? Not null. Obviously, so everyone will have some salary, so you can give not null. Unique? No. Salary can never be unique. Many people can get the same salary, so it's not unique. Primary key? No. Foreign key? No. Check. You can put some check like salary greater than 10,000. Default? No. In department ID, can it be not null? No, everyone should be posted to some department, so it can never be null. So we can write it is a not null. Unique? No, many people can work in the same department, so it will not be unique. Primary key? No. Foreign key? No. Check? No. Default? No. Okay. Now in this table, department ID, obviously primary key. Once it is primary key, you don't need to put not null or unique. Okay. In department name, can it be null? No, it cannot be null. There must be some department name for every department ID. So you will write not null. Unique? No, you don't need to provide unique because you don't need to do that. Primary key? No. Foreign key? No. Okay. Now tell me, in this column there is a department ID. In this column there is a department ID. So if you make a connection, you have to use this department ID column. Department ID is the primary key of the department table and department ID is the non-key of employee table. So department ID will be a foreign key of employee table. Okay, clear? So these are the constants we can apply. Now I will open MySQL. I will create these two tables and I will show you how this works. So let me open MySQL workbench. Okay, now first create a database. So create database our company. These are the DDL commands. I hope you know. First we have to create a database. What happened? Oh, sorry. Mm, don't give any space. Okay, fine. Now use our company. inside this our company database we will create table. Okay, so whatever the tables will be created, those will be created inside this particular database. Our company database is created. Okay, now we will first create a table without any constant. So our first table, create table, sorry, table name, let's give employee. Now we will give id integer, email, varchar 100, salary, decimal 10 comma 2, and we have department id integer. Okay, so first let me run this table. So sorry, first let me run this statement. Okay, our table is created. If we click here, let me first refresh this. If I create a table, sorry, if we click here, employee table is created. Okay, click here, id, email, salary, department id. Perfect. Now we will create constant. Okay, see, if I insert, sorry, into employee id, let's say 1, email id, let's say I provide whatever, salary I provide 10, department id I provide 0. See, whatever I want to apply here, if I just click it here, what happened, I id, email, insert into employee, values. Okay, now if I run this, see what happens, this will be inserted. So id, email, salary, department id, all these things have been inserted. But if I copy this, see, if I put 0 here, then see, inserted. Now if I put null here, now see, if I run this, still inserted. Get my point, whatever we insert, this is getting inserted, but that's not what we want. So we will put some constants here. Now how to apply those constants? First let me delete this table, otherwise if I create table once again, then it will show me an error. So now I will show you how to put constant. So here, let's say id I want to make primary key, so I will write primary key, comma. Now if I create this table once again, see, the table is created. So let me refresh. If I sorry, there is a syntax error, so we have to delete this. Okay, now let me run this. See, now your employee table is created. Here I have created id as primary key. Okay, now I will show you while inserting the first value. This one, let's say I insert it. Now in the second value I again put 1, the same id. Do you think it will be inserted? What do you think? No, there will be an error because it will show you duplicate entry for 1. Once you have given primary key, so it will never let you insert the same id for 2 employees. But if I simply change it, now let me insert this, inserted. Perfect. Now tell me, what about this one? Do you think that this will be inserted or not? What do you think? If I run this, there will be an error because it cannot be null. Primary key can never be null. It cannot be null. It cannot be duplicate. Clear? So we have learned how to add primary key. Now in the email column, let me write it in second. In the email column, what do you think that constant we can apply? Unique. Email will always be unique. So we just write email as unique. Okay. Now if I tell you that give the same email id. So let's say email id is a@gmail.com. Okay. Now let me copy this. Okay, here also you have to make changes. 1 2 is already there, so I will give 3. I put this, make it 4, and the same employee id. Okay, first let me insert this same employee id, and here I am putting the same email id. Okay, I have changed the employee id, so there will be no error for id, but there will be a problem for email, right? Because I am putting the same email and I have given that unique constant. So let me run this. See, there is no error. Why is that so? Let me show you that in this table. Refresh this employee table. If I click here, See, in both cases email id is a@gmail.com. Okay, because we have not applied this. So first I'll drop this. Now everything is deleted. So now I will once again create the employee with this unique constant. Now if I run this, I'm sorry. Now if we run this, this is inserted because the first time, let me show you the employee value. See, a@gmail.com. First entry, so it is done. But if I make the same entry for this one, so here the ID is 3, so employee ID fine, but email ID is same. Now if I run this, see there will be an error because there is a duplicate entry. Clear? So for unique constant, you have to give different email ID. Fine. Now let's say for salary. For salary, I can give a check constant. I can write check salary greater than 10,000. Okay. Now if I try to insert this, okay, first I have to drop the table. So let me drop the table. Let me run it again. Then a new table will be created with the constants, and I have provided a salary check. Now I will insert this value for a@gmail.com, and let's say I give 10,000. Okay, now if I run this, see it is fine. But if I write 10, but let me change it here because I can't give it duplicates. This is primary key. Email ID also I have to change because this is unique. Now here I put only 100, but my constant is that salary must be greater than 10,000. Now if I run this, see there is a problem. Check constant is failed. Clear? Okay. Now let's give something for department ID. For department ID is the foreign key, right? For department table. So first we have to create the department table. So let's create one more table. Create table department. Here I will create department ID integer comma department name. Department name is varchar 100. Okay, fine. So let's see. Let me run this. Department table is created. Okay, now put some constant here and put some values in the department table. So we can put some constant. How? For department ID we can create this as primary key. So we can write this as primary key. For department name we can say this is unique, right? Department or not null, we can write not null. Okay, so now if I run this, sorry, table department is already exist. So what you have to do, first you have to delete this table because you are trying to replace, so that is why you have to just simply delete this and now run it. Okay, now it is created. Now let's say if I put some values, insert into department, if I put 1 comma department name as let's say finance. Okay, now tell me, will there be any problem? I'm sorry, values. Now tell me, will there be any problem? What do you think? Will it be inserted or there will be any problem? No problem. Why there should be any problem? Let's say I uh, I put one more value, that is this one. So I write 2. Now if I want to insert this, no problem. But if I write 1, then if I try to vote, there will be a problem because duplicate entry, you have set it as primary key. So you can see that how constant is working. Now for department name you have given not null, so check with that also. Let's say I'm giving it, change it, so I'm giving it 2, let's say give it 3, and here I am giving it as null. Can you tell me, will there be any problem or not? No, there will be no problem. See why? See, it is inserted. Why? Because here null doesn't mean null. Here null is a string. I have given it in quotation, so don't make that mistake. But if I write it in this way, so I have to change this. Let's say 4. Now if I run this, see there is a problem. Now it is saying that it cannot be null. Okay, so don't make that kind of mistake. So here also the department table is created. Fine. So let's refresh this, check both of the tables. Department table, this is the department table, 1, 2, 3 department ID. In the employee table, we have the employee ID table. Okay. Now let's say I want to create the foreign key constant. Okay. So for the foreign key constant, we have to create this table. So we have created this table. Now we will see that department ID is the primary key of the department table. So department ID will be the foreign key of the department, sorry, employee table. Okay. So now we can write foreign key. The key word is foreign key. Which column? Department ID column. So write department ID. Referencing to which particular table? It is referencing. So references is the keyword. References department table of department ID column. Okay, understand. Foreign key is the keyword. Department ID is this column. That this non-key column is referencing to which table? Department table. Department table is a different table and department ID is the primary key of that table. Okay, so you are giving foreign key, your column name, referencing to which table, what is the column name of that particular table, and that particular column name must be a primary key of that table. Clear? This is how you set foreign key. So first I have to delete this. So sorry, first I have to delete this, otherwise it will show an error. Now I'll again run this. Clear? Now a department ID has become the foreign key of department table. Okay, now let's say I put some values into employee table. So I am putting insert. Let me delete this all. Now I am putting some values in the department in employee table. So I am putting ID as 1. This is the email ID. This is the salary. I have to give some better salary. And department ID, I am putting what are the values here. See, 1, 2, 3. So it will reference. So you have to write, let's say 2. Now if I try to insert, what do you think the output will be? See, it is inserted. So if I let me refresh this. If I click the employee table, department ID 2, and department ID 2 means it is referencing to finance department. Okay. Now if I write 4, now what do you think the output will be? Let me change this. Now tell me, what will be the output? Will it be an error or it will be inserted? See, there will be an error. The error is due to some other reason. Okay. Now delete me this one. Now see the error. Cannot update a child row because the foreign key constant failed. I am giving something 4 as department ID, but in department table there is nothing called 4, so it is unable to find. So how will it create the differences? So that is why it is facing a problem. Now if I give here, let's say sales. So let me insert this value into department table. Now let me create, execute this one. See, now it is inserted. Clear? So it is referencing to department table. So if it is not existing in department table, how will it create the difference? So that is why it was showing an error. Now the problem is solved. So okay, now we will create one more table to show you how to apply constant in a different way. So if I write create table department, now I write department ID as integer, department name as varchar 100, and now I will put the constant. Okay, so I can put it in this way also at the end. So at the end I will write constant. Constant is the keyword. Now you give some name, the naming convention pk department ID. I will give department ID as primary key. So I can write primary key for which column? Department ID. Okay, it means please make department ID as primary key. Okay, so constant keyword. This is the name of the constant. What is the constant you want to apply on which particular column? Clear? Now you tell me for department name, let's say I want to give that it cannot be null. So I want to write constant, give a name. So I can write unique department name. I will create unique column, unique constant. So I will write constant unique. Now on which column? Department name. Clear? So this is the way you can declare. If you want, you can add some more constant. Let's say I want to give that the department name must be HR, finance, IT, marketing. Okay, so I can write constant um, check department name. This is the name you are just providing, and here I want to check, so I will give check constant. So check. Now check is, what is the check here? Department name in each operator that we will learn while learning DQL. Here you can write HR, finance. Let's say you have only two departments, so HR and finance. Okay, so this is the way also you can give. Fine. Constant name, the constant you want to apply on which particular column. Constant name, which constant you want to apply on which particular column. Same way, put a comma. Okay, so this is the way you can create constants also. Let me show you. Let me run this. If I refresh, see one department column is department table is created. Okay, so in this way also you can put constant after that particular column, or at the end also you can put constant. Whatever you feel that is easy, you can follow this. Fine. Okay, now we are going to learn how a database should behave when a reference row in the parent table is deleted or updated. Simply, my question is, we have two tables, department table, employee table. So if I delete something from department table, that particular corresponding row will be deleted from the employee table, will remain in the employee table, or will throw an error. Okay, so what will happen? That is the question. So these are the things which can happen. That's what we are going to learn. We will take all these cases and we will see how it works. So first I have created a department table. So let me just run it. Department table is created. Same department ID, department name. Employee table is created. Employee ID, employee name, department ID, foreign key. Okay, and here see I have written on delete cascade. What does it mean? That we will see. First we will insert some values in the department table. So I have inserted. Let me refresh this department table. Let me show you the table. HR IT. Okay, fine. Now insert some values into the employee table. So let me run this. So Alice is in first department, that is Alice is in HR department, Bob is in IT department. Okay, this is the department ID and this is the corresponding department name. Perfect. Let me show you in employee table. Alice is in department ID 1, Bob is in department ID 2. Okay. Now my question is, if I delete HR department from department table, then what will happen in this employee cascade table? That is the question. So I have written a query to delete from the department table where department ID equals to 1. So I am deleting that department, that HR department. So if I execute this, see it is deleted. Now the question is, what happened to Alice then? So let's see. Let me click here. See, Alice is also deleted. Clear? So automatically, I have not deleted Alice from employee table. I have deleted from HR table. But automatically, Alice is also deleted. Okay, so on delete cascade means whatever happens in department table also happens in employee table. Clear? Now the second we are going to learn about on delete set null. Okay. Now see, in department 1, first department is deleted, so that's why I have again inserted this. So let me insert this. So now I have HR IT. Fine. Okay. So in the employee table, now I have set on delete set null. Only these things I have changed. All other things are same. Earlier it was on delete cascade, now on delete set null. Fine. Now I am inserting two values into the employee table. So, what happened? Okay, sorry, I have not created the table. Let me create this table. It is created. Now I am going to insert these values. Okay, so let me show you. Refresh this. If I click on delete cascade, oh sorry, on delete set null, then you have Charlie and David. Okay, Charlie is in HR and David is in the second department, which is IT. Okay, fine. Now I will check. If I delete from the department table, then what will happen in employee table? Because I have set on delete set null. See, if I delete this, it is executed. So now see what happened in employee set null. See, this has been set as null. Earlier that row was deleted, but now David is there. David is not deleted. Employee ID is not deleted. Name is not deleted. But the department ID has been set to null because that department is not existing in the department table anymore. Okay. So I am deleting information from the department table. But the corresponding table but the child table, that is the employee table, is getting affected in different way. Okay. Now the next one. Create employee table with on delete restrict. Same way, I just have to insert the values again. Let me copy this because I have deleted that. So just okay. What happened? Okay, it is there already then. HR is there. Sorry. That one was deleted. So I have to write to IT. Okay. Okay. Now I will create this table employee restrict. Same thing, just here I have written on delete restrict. Okay. Now insert the values in this table. Values are inserted. Emma is in HR department, Frank is in IT department. Okay. Now I am again deleting Emma. So I am not deleting Emma. I am deleting the department ID 1. So I am deleting the HR department. The same thing. So I have deleted. But see, cannot delete or update a parent row. So here it is showing an error because I have put on delete restrict. So that is why it is restricting you. So on delete means whenever you are trying to delete, it will restrict you. Clear? Now the fourth one. On delete no action. See now what happens. So I have to again insert the values. Okay, it is not deleted, so I don't have to insert. Fine. So I will run this. Now this table is created, employee no action. All the things are same, but I have written on delete no action. Okay, I am again inserting two values into the table. Okay, now see the department table, HR and IT department. And now I am trying to delete the HR department. See, if the employee exists, there is an employee called Grace, so it is showing as an error. Okay, so you understand what are the things that can happen while you delete something from the parent table and that is related to some child table. Okay, clear. Now we are going to learn two more things. One is add constant and delete constant. Okay, you have created a table and you have created constant. Now suppose you want to make some changes in constant, or you want to add some new column with some constant. So what will you do? See, this is the employee table. So let me run this table first. What happened? Failed to open the reference. Okay, first I have to create the department table. Okay, now I am creating the employee table. Okay, now it is fine. Now my question is that I want to add one more column in the employee table, that is age column. Tell me how can I do this? So you know DDL command, alter table, table name, right? Alter table name. Now add column name. I want to give age. Age, you have to tell the data type now. So age will be integer. Now you have to give the constant. What is the constant for age? The constant is I want to give check constant age greater than 25. Okay, so I want to add one more column, that is age, and here age will be always greater than, not less than, always greater than 25. Okay, so now let me run this. See, it is done. Now if I insert any value, insert into table name is employee values, here I will put ID, that is 1, employee @gmail.com, and salary, let's say 10,000, Is it will show an error. Salary is greater than 10,000, department ID, let's say 1. And now you are giving age. Let me show you the table first. Let me refresh this. See the employee table. See, this is the employee table. Your age column is added. Now I will give age as 20. What do you think? What do you think it will become? It will be an error. See, there is an error because it is not validated. So if I put 26 greater than 25, now if I still there is a problem because foreign ID, okay, foreign ID department table, I have to check in department table. There is no value, that's why it is unable to update. So you have to insert some values in the department table. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. Insert table values. I'll put 1 for HR. Okay, so now let me run this. Value inserted. Now I can use it as reference. Clear? Okay, so you have to always keep it in mind whenever you are creating any table, any values in the child table, there should be some references in the parent table. Okay, so you have to be very careful while you are implementing foreign key. So the last one is deleting a constant. For that I have to create a table. Create table order of employee. Now I put ID integer and name, name of employee, which is varchar of 100, and now I will write a constant with a constant name. Without constant name you cannot delete. So unique underscore name. Now my constant is unique. I'll put this on name of employee. Okay, now let me run this. So a table will be created with this name. Now I will drop the constant name of employee. This constant I want to delete. So alter table order of employee, drop constant, and constant name is name, sorry, constant name is the name of the constant, so you have to give unique name. Okay, so this name is required, so that is why you have to create the constant in this way only. If you write just after this one, just after the column name, then it will, you cannot delete this, so you have to follow this rule to drop. Okay, so we have understood everything related to constant in a database. Now you practice a lot, and one more thing I will ask you to do, that I have done this for on delete, you also apply it for on update. Okay, same thing, you just have to write on delete cascade, on update cascade, on delete set null, on update set null, and then try to update the table, then see what is the output. Okay, so bye, happy learning.